So hey everyone, this is Chinmay and Anurag once again, and this video is not going to be a codecast video, but this video is just an update for the upcoming codecast videos in 2025. And we have we together have created few points like what we are going to do or what we are actually planning to perform in codecast videos in 2025, because as today is 30th December and after, I mean, the day after tomorrow, the 1st of January and 25. So in advance, happy new year to everyone from my side. And yeah, so let's come to the point directly, as we are running out of time today. So these are the points, and Anurag and me will try to explain these points one by one, like why we have decided, and like in a brief, like we will try to brief like what we will be doing in this point, in such points basically, in next upcoming 12 months basically. So yes, Anurag, that was the quick intro. Now let's start. Up to you.
So I think let's start with the first point only because we are already doing this thing in 2024 as well. But we will be going into, we'll be trying to find more interesting and more, uh, engaging ideas and projects in 2025.
Yeah.
So what we are planning to do for the first point, that dive into real world usage of data structure and algorithm, is that the algorithm theoretical part is available in books and multiple YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So what we are going to do here is like we will be taking a data structure or maybe an algorithm from this DSA, whatever DSA world,
Yeah.
and we will find a real world use case of it in big companies, in small companies, whatever the use case in industry,
Yeah.
and we will try to explain it into a simple and intuitive way. So that's what we are planning to do.
Yeah, basically like we will be trying to like of course we will not, we cannot simulate an algorithm like over the 1 billion or the 10 billion users. So what we'll be doing, we'll be trying to like simulate it over like maybe 1 million or like 100k users, but we will be implementing in data structure and algorithm exactly same as like it has been implemented in the so-called like FANG companies most probably, but not just FANG companies, but like any medium to big size company, because like the whatever data like accept like normal arrays, list and queue, the actual data structure and algorithm are not being used from small to medium sized company most of the time, like the other case, because wherever you are talking about the scale and like huge number of users, that's the only place where you actually use data structure and algorithm most of the time. Exceptions are always there. So as Anurag said, definitely you can study like theoretical part, and then you can practice that theoretical part over the competitive programming sites. But what we are going to do, because at the end of the day when you enter in a company, at the end of the day you have to implement that algorithm to solve a real world problem. So that's what nobody is doing and nobody were doing. So we are going to do that in 2025. Like for an example, like would you like to share like our first video on this, or like should we directly upload it and not share here? What do you want? I mean that
Uh,
LinkedIn one, yeah.
let's not give the example for the first video. We can give the other examples.
Okay, other example we can give like the LRU cache, least recently used
So
cache, yeah.
LRU cache and
Round robin.
see, there are multiple things. There are multiple things. Theoretical part is very interesting and maybe very boring for some people. Jigastra is there, A star is there, and this traveling salesman is there. So if you go in the, it's like we already all the students read this algorithms in their college days. But what college does not teach is to write a program on that. Yeah, Chinmay, remember we struggled for at least 6 to 8 months to find the A star
A star
algorithm to
implementation,
write the
yeah.
code. And we took the challenge that we will not take the help of internet or we will not copy from internet anything. We will just implement what is written in our textbooks and try to write the code. But
We
it
weren't
took
able to
a
do that,
lot
yeah.
of time, a lot of hit and trial and hit and errors and we used to spend but many hours in the libraries reading different books and deciphering the code, like pseudocode. They will give you the pseudocode,
Yeah.
okay, you can understand very well. You will get this gratification, satisfaction that I understood the algorithm, but you cannot write a single line of code. The first line of code you cannot write for the A star.
Definitely.
So that there is a gap in that kind of education system that we are trying to fill. Maybe we if we succeed or not, that's not our case. But that gap we are trying to fill, that you can write the algorithm and use it in the real world.
Basically, before
And
this
examples,
series, yeah.
uh,
Go ahead. Sorry.
examples, as Chinmay said, we will be taking from these Fang and Mang companies. And if we find any other interesting use case from other industries also, like uh, data science, maybe it's heavy data structures are heavily used. Multiple usages are there. If we find, we will take those also.
Okay, and okay, so that was all about the point number two. Now
Mm.
let's come to the point number. First, let's come to the
Now,
point
first
number
one.
two.
Now the second point.
The second part, we will build our own neural networks to make you understand LLM in more depth. Okay, so
I think Chinmay, you can take this point more
so
better
like
than me.
what do you in my understanding like if I ask you like in a more rough explanation, like what is an LLM? What is LLM?
Mm. So I think LLM as a full form, large language
Yeah.
models, is models only, a different kind of. It's basically a neural network only.
Yeah.
But there are many types of neural network existing in these days. What we say, RN, recurrent, what we say, reinforced neural network,
Yeah.
RNN, and
Convolutional.
uh,
Convolutional.
convolution,
Yeah.
CNN. So multiple types of neural networks are used these days to use natural language processing. So I think LM is a kind of top-notch neural network using large amount of data
Yeah,
collected
basically
from
like we
various
are
sources.
not very much expert, or like I won't say like we are not
Mm,
very good at LLM, and we like first we'll be doing some research, we'll be studying
mm.
everything on it for you, and then we'll be making videos on it. Like that's a that's the thing in this case. But what I want personally, I just want to understand the basic working or the smallest unit of this LLM
Mm.
domain, and that is I think a neural network.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why we will try to build our own small neural networks, and then like if you can build a neural network by yourself, then I think you have a pretty good understanding of LLM, because LLM is nothing but a very big neural network on a very big data, or like
Mm.
very large amount of data.
So I got an idea.
Mm.
Uh, just a funny idea, maybe a funny idea. Let's create a natural language for you and me with a vocabulary of 10 words,
Yeah.
and that will be our whole source, like a whole language corpus.
Mm.
And we will try to make the neural network learn this vocabulary and create sentences. How about this? It's a fun project.
Understood.
Our words will be maybe gibberish only for common people, but we will, let's say, create a dictionary of our words and meanings and common words, and then we will assume that this is the whole language existing for the neural network on this planet.
Or we can just hash map, like we can just use like
Mm.
or like we can just hash mapping of like at least 100 words, and then map the
Small, matlab,
gibberish
I'm
word
just
to the
saying the
actual
3 hours.
meaning, what we
Our,
understand, and then
uh,
generate some random sentences which we manually identify like okay or not okay. Then we need
mm,
to put that data into our neural network, and then we just train it over the time,
mm.
like over the
So
loops.
that's what. Yeah. So instead of using terabytes of data, we can use 1 MB of data.
Yeah, of
That's it
course. Yeah, because
for the simulation purpose.
yeah, basic concept is the same, and then like everything is completely fine unless you don't try to scale it. So in
Mm,
this particular, the point number two, our goal is not to scale or to build an LLM, because that is not practically possible. So what we will be doing, we'll be building very small unit of LLM, that is a neural
Hmm.
network.
No,
Yeah.
let's say we are aliens. Let's say we are aliens and we only know 10 words, 100 words, and that when we are trying to write an LLM there,
Yeah,
it might be
then we are
interesting.
trying to communicate as an AI
Mm.
agent. That's actually
Mm.
that's great thing to do. So yeah, that was the part two that on this channel in 2025 we will be seeing us to like while building small neural networks in like of course in Python. Like I'm not, I mean I won't say not good. I don't know Python at all. But yeah, I mean I'm just learning it for like Polomit. But yeah, so I will be learning little Python from Anurag and the rest of the Python by me most probably while building such things. Anyways, so the part three is we will deep dive into algo trading now onwards. Okay, so like Anurag I think like is having a pretty good experience on trading.
Mhm.
Yeah, trading. So I would like him to explain the point number three.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, yeah, so me and Chinmay was discussing, technical knowledge is all good, but we should have we should have some sense of financial knowledge also. So we thought of
Makes
including
sense.
this part in our uh, our 2025 plan.
Yeah.
So by algo trading, we mean Chinmay, that we write some code in maybe in any language. Latency is important, but for the personal usage or for a retail trader, latency is not that a problem. I will come to that HFT part also. We might be taking care of HFT also
Uh,
because we are highly interested in low latency
yeah, that
machines
is
and
damn
servers.
interesting thing to do. Yeah.
So HFT, I will come to HFT the second part. But for the simple algo trading, we will write some Python code or maybe C sharp or whatever the language is. What does it do? Let's say you are working in 9 to 5 job or maybe in some corporate job. So you don't have time to sit in front of a screen every day and punch out orders. So
Understood. समझ गया.
what I have done is that I have written a script in Python that will that run 24/7, and it will keep a there are trading strategies on moving averages or whatever. There are many trading strategies. We might be discussing with simple ones only. Whenever those conditions are getting fulfilled, my Python script or so-called trading bot will execute the orders, and the parameters are like we give the parameters that how much is my capital, how much I want to trade every day, how much maximum loss I can take on that particular day, what should be my profit. So according to that, all the calculation is made by the script only, and the script only enters into the trade and gets out of the trade. You just have to come and see your profit and loss at the end of the day. And this is basically called algo trading. There are multiple platforms which provide this facility. They will hire the developer for writing the code, or you can drag and drop create the strategies in the UI. But I have felt that those strategies are very simple. But if your strategy contains like let's say 5 or 10 parameters to consider, it's not possible to you directly use their websites or drag and drop strategies. You have to write your own code. So we will be deeping dive into that. And for the HFT part, in my HFT is it's actually a high frequency trading, which is very costly actually. And there are very few firms which in India uh, doing this HFT thing, and the developers in HFT are paid hefty, paid heavily paid.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Yeah, so that was the thing that okay, I just did one thing. मैंने इन सब टॉपिक्स के आगे I just wrote the name. इन names का मतलब ये
Hmm.
है कि eventually we both will be doing it, but the name basically the like more like dominant work or like majority of the topic that person will be
Hmm.
like looking into. So
Yeah.
the topic one I'll be looking into more, but we both will be doing it. Okay, and the third second point we both, the third one Anurag, so fourth one I, and then
Hmm.
like both, and the last one I. So this name
Hmm.
suggests that basically जहाँ लिखा है मेरा नाम वो like वहाँ पे I will be working dominantly or like majority
Taking
of
the lead.
work, yeah, taking the lead.
Mm.
Of course, that's a good phrase to say it. And both like we both will be taking the lead. Nice. So
Mm.
yeah, part third is in Notion. Okay. Yeah. So that point number three is, yeah, I understand it really well. That's nice. So HFT, I think like HFT may he I have more interest because high frequency
HFT,
trading.
I think last second point we will create a server, a super low latency gaming server. It's kind of HFT only because HFT is very high frequency trading. It is mostly those servers are mostly played near stock exchange within 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer range and have
Hmm.
direct internet connections, direct line to line connections.
समझ गया. Understood. Nice. So I don't know how we're gonna simulate it, but yeah, we'll try. So okay, let's come to the point number four. We will implement a full stack passkey authentication from scratch. Yeah. So nowadays, almost every company is like trying to switch from email password authentication to the passkey authentication. Like you just, I mean, it is more secure and it like it gives you a very nice secure environment from phishing. I say because in passkey it is like directly related to, I mean it is directly associated with your biometric thing. So it's not like the biometric of that this biometric, it's like some different because इस बायोमेट्रिक का जो सिस्टम है वो सारे फ़ोन में ही है, बट पास की बायोमेट्रिक का आधा पार्ट प्राइवेट की आपके फ़ोन में होती है, पब्लिक की आपके सर्वर पे होती है.
Okay.
So that's how it works. So passkey authentication, it is in short, it's a password-less authentication with your face or your thumb, not the pin, not the
Correct.
pattern, not the code, not nothing, just biometric. I mean,
Mm.
अगर
Okay.
बायोमेट्रिक है पास की तो इट इज़ यूजफुल. पैटर्न पिन है दैट इट्स नॉट यूजफुल, क्योंकि पैटर्न पिन है तो वो आपके
Mm.
फ़ोन के अंदर सेव है somehow.
Mm.
So that's how it
Okay.
works, and especially for like trading and other financial application, passkey
Mm.
authentication is
If
very good.
we can take this full stack means end to end, and create an HFT, not HFT, just an algo trading platform.
Yeah, उसके अंदर we can just merge the passkey authentication layer.
Passkey, you have to log in using your passkey, and then you can see your trading terminal.
Makes sense. So as of now,
So our point number 3 and 4 can be used in tandem.
yeah, as of now on YouTube जितना मैंने सर्च करा था, passkey authentication implementation from start to end is not available except Node.js. I mean Node.js में एक available है, उसके अलावा
Mm.
available नहीं है. We are going to do it most likely in Java or the Kotlin because that is the enterprise language which is being used on the passkey auth system in almost every language, every big company right now. So उसके लिए होगा क्या, we can like get a better community support when we are working on this project. Yeah.
Yep.
Next point we come. Next point we are having a we'll continue the podcast series for health system both. Yeah. So this is the like our USP type of thing, codecast series, and we will not stop this series. We will be continuing the codecast series where we like where what we do, we just try to simulate any type of server or like a GRP server or a HTTP server for any type of use case, and then we try to scale it up to like at least up to 1 million or like 2 3 4 5 million or like जहाँ तक भी our hardware is a limit.
Mm. Mm.
So we will not stop doing that. We'll keep doing that. Next point
Yep.
is we'll
Agree.
create our first ever, okay, not our, we will create the first ever AWS clone with SSH tunneling on YouTube. So this is like the first one of or the first of its kind. अभी तक मतलब जितना मैंने देखा है YouTube पे, AWS clone with SSH tunneling is not available because it is a highly advanced topic. ये available ही नहीं है because
Okay.
the authentication over the SSH tunneling is the most difficult part to handle.
Mm.
So yeah, please say something about it.
So,
Yeah.
I think we will plan to do like let's say provide you a tunnel from there, from where you can spin up an EC2 kind of machine or a database RDS type of machine. we can include two popular services which can be simulated.
Yeah, two EC2 and the AWS का database RDBMS वाला.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we have thought is that you can SSH into the tunnel and you can spin up your own small EC2 or whatever the computing machine and a small database, and then also from there also you can SSH into that machine itself and do your stuff. So that's I think we are targeting to do in this point.
Yeah, and this is super great and very unique product.
Interesting,
As
very
of
unique
now,
and interesting.
it's not available, so that's good. And the next one is we will create super low latency gaming server.
Gaming
Okay,
server.
we have decided to do it. We don't know what type of gaming server it will be, but it has to be extremely low latency gaming server. And before this video, as we were talking, that we'll try to simulate at least 100k, 100,000 multiplayers
Mm.
concurrently, and we will try to make their communication on super low latency.
Yep.
Okay,
We do
so
not have any concrete plan as of now, but yeah, it's in our 2025 to do list.
yeah, so basically this is going to be a gaming server, not a game. So there's a difference.
Ah,
This is a
yeah,
gaming server. Like on
it's a
the
gaming server. It's a
yeah,
backend
basically
of a
yeah,
game.
backend. So basically on the terminal you will be seeing some numbers or some like communication flow, but that will be basically to simulate a seamless communication between 100,000 multiplayers for us, like let's say COD, like the 100,000 players like concurrently playing COD on one gaming server,
Mm.
and then we are managing the communication between them, or like the communication can be like circulating their coordinates, xy coordinates, or maybe a message, or it could be anything.
Get leaderboard.
Yeah.
Okay. You can give the leaderboard as well.
Yeah,
Who is
leaderboard.
the highest in the ranking,
Yeah,
or
leaderboard.
like that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's we have
That's
a
difficult
high
by the
level
way.
planning for this
That's
gaming
difficult by
server.
the way. Leaderboard
Mm.
मैंने किया हुआ है. That's difficult. Building leaderboard is extremely difficult on a scale.
So I think that will come into the first point.
Yeah,
That will come
leaderboard
into
is
the first
difficult.
point. Mm.
I tried to implement a leaderboard. It's look simple कि sorting तो करनी है. नहीं, sorting नहीं होती because you are having a shared, like you are having a data which you have to share, or like concurrently update, like
Mm.
very frequently, on a very high frequency you have to update a like single a unit of data for multiple users. So it looks
Mm.
simple, but it's not simple. If you're using Golang,
It's sorting in real time.
yeah, if you're using Golang, okay, it can be done very easily. Kotlin can be done very easily, but language like Python or PHP, it's difficult to do.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
if your language is having a good support for concurrency, you can do it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
nice one.
that's in the gaming server part.
Yeah,
What's the next point? We will summarize.
we will summarize. We will summarize the best selling tech books for you as a podcast book reading session. So basically, this is the new point basically. So इसमें what I want to do personally. So ये मैं अनुराग को भी क्या भी पिच कर रहा हूँ. ये point है
Uh,
कि I have an idea कि we will pick up some best selling tech books, like it can be on DSA, and like it can be related to high, like low latency server, or it can be related to Java, or related to Python, or related to like event driven system. It can be anything, but on the backend side. So we will
okay.
be summarizing those books like in one video. Like एक book को हमने एक video में summarize किया. So people,
Mm.
like the audience can know कि like should they read it or not, or like should they need it or not.
Mm.
For
Who can be the audience? Like, is it for you or not? What is your target? If it meets your target before buying the book, you can. Good idea. Good idea.
yeah. So जैसे कि there is a book, like maybe like let's assume there is a book कि event driven system or event driven microservices. So we can just summarize
Mm.
that book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that's the idea which will like, and this idea like will really help, because over the time what I have understood that reading books, I mean learning from the books is way more better than sometimes learning from videos. Like both are
Yes.
useful, but reading books
At
is
their own
also
place.
necessary.
At their own place.
Yeah, at their own place.
Correct. Literally, literally, literally.
Yeah.
This is the experience. Like we cannot create the whole 10+2 education system on online. Yeah. It's not
Yeah,
possible. It will ruin
definitely.
the whole generation.
Yeah. So reading books are extremely important, and
Important.
read the books, then come to the YouTube if you have the solution like or already like built up by somebody else, तो उसको ट्राई करो, प्रैक्टिस करो, बट उसके बैकबोन में आपका आपका बुक का नॉलेज यू आर हैविंग दैट ऑलरेडी.
It's
So it's a
must.
very good way of learning, very fast way of learning. So these are the points we are going to summarize, or not summarize, but we are going to simulate or perform in our codecast as a part of our codecast series in 2025, starting from January 1st. Correct?
Yep. So this list is not exhaustive. Like we might be including some interesting topics. If we get some in between, we will inject those topics in between. But this is the overall high level planning what we are trying to do in 2025.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is a, like kind of like a bird eye view for like what we are
Mm.
planning.
Mm.
In depth, we not remove, but we might add new
Adding.
topics, or if something like over the time we feel that it is irrelevant, like by the way we like we have filtered it very much, so इनमें से कुछ भी irrelevant तो नहीं है, but still if we feel कि ये terms irrelevant है, we can remove it. And although it's our channel,
Yes.
our video, कुछ भी करें हम so we can remove, but yeah, somehow these are the thing which we are going to do, and I think it covers almost everything. Like it covers DSA,
Everything. Yeah.
then it covers
Mm.
Passkey authentication, then AWS, then low latency server, then books, and then LLM, which AI, then the trading. So all the trending topics and all the traditional
Yep.
topics. So we are
Mm.
covering everything.
Traditional as well as trending
Trending.
also. Yeah. Correct. Authentic Passkey, high latency gaming server, and SSH and trading. These terms are highly trending on these days. You're right, and algo trading and financial advisors will connect with you. Let's say I have 5 CR in my pocket, and I want you to manage my money. Write a program, and you take the 10% commission.
Definitely.
So this is very trending these days. HFT is algo trading is trending with very high
Yeah.
in demand.
So eventually
Okay.
we are covering very good part of this tech domain as of
Yep.
now. So yeah, that's the plan, that's the game, and we are hoping that we will be able to do it seamlessly. Do you have?
Yep. With the same note, uh, I wish you very happy New Year 2025. All the best and good luck.
Yeah,
Keep learning,
I also
keep enjoying.
I also wish like everybody a very happy new year, and yeah, study hard, work hard, and I hope like जिसके पास भी in tech domain, like whoever is not having a job, or was not having a job in 2024, I hope that they will get one in 2025 soon.
Yeah.
Because that's important. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, we'll see you in next video.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.